Say hi to the Absolute Abundance family and tell them to subscribe. Alright guys, if you didn't understand what that meant subscribe now.
Hey, what's going on, Absolute Abundance family? It's me. We're out here in Sacramento right now. Today we're going to be going to the Brown Issues and Project Rebound civic engagement on education for the formerly incarcerated and how they can make a difference. I've been invited along with the Project Rebound director, Jason Bell, along with a couple of our colleagues from San Francisco State Project Rebound. And we're over here at SAC and we're gonna be speaking and giving our input and pretty much a roundtable discussion on civic engagement and what we could do to better the community as far as us being formerly incarcerated and making a positive change and positive action toward being more progressive in the society, and for us to be more active and be more participant in society as well, also with the public sector, and also really just collabing with these different groups, Brown Issues and also Project Rebound Sac State. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a really great opportunity. Today's meeting and roundtable discussion or conference is pretty much geared more to the Hispanic population here, Sacramento State, San Francisco State, but also Hispanic population that's formerly incarcerated or just wants to be more involved in rehabilitation, also for to go and participate in college and advance and pursue a higher education. I'm really looking forward to just going off of each other's information, going off of each other's knowledge and game, and really just, just try to better myself, try to network, and also pretty much establish some relationships so we continue our work. Once again, this is for a positive direction. I am a Mexican American myself, and I just want to continue to strive to do better, not only for myself, for other Hispanics, but also for other minorities, also for other formerly incarcerated. And these things right here are pretty much a great way to do so. I do this pretty much as I can, depending on my schedule, my school schedule, my family schedule. And I think this is a great way for you, Absolute Abundance family, to kind of take a quicker look into what we got going on with the Absolute Abundance family, but also too pretty much my work, pretty much kind of like my passion of what I want to be doing with the rest of my life. Right now I'm an English literature major at SF State. I'm pre-law. I want to go into law school right after. So pretty much these type of things is what I want to be doing in order to network, in order to make these connections, make my footprint in the advancement of my journey along with possibly other people. Now, Brown Issues is not just college-based. You have high school and middle school, and they work with the juvenile system just so we can actually progress as being positive members of society. And also too, just to get us out of the streets and just get us in the educational system and make sure we stand firm behind it and progress. We don't, we always advance, we don't retract, and really just see it through. We really need to see through as far as education, make our lives better, make lives for formerly incarcerated students or the formerly incarcerated, make sure that we have everything coming to us as far as our civil liberties, our civil rights, and also what we're entitled to as Americans in the pursuit of happiness and liberty. So it's like the American dream. Let's wake up, let's make it happen. It's like you can't be excluding black and brown. So let's try to, let's make some positive change. Let's make some positive steps forward. Let me just give you a little background information about myself and how I pretty much came in this type of position. Pretty much just fortunate enough to be in these set of circumstances from a negative set of circumstances. I was incarcerated back in 2011. I was fighting my case in the county, proving my innocence for about 4 years, 8 months, and I did the rest of my time in prison, which was a total of 6 years. I was wrongfully accused. Me and my co-defendant were wrongfully accused of a violent crime. We fought very hard in the county to prove our innocence. I ended up getting a 6-year deal. Unfortunately, my co-defendant ended up getting life, but he's finna bounce back on an appeal on his life just because justice wasn't served, since he was charged with murder when he was actually defending his life. And that's gonna be a whole other spiel, and that could go on for quite a long time as far as the details of what actually happened. Fortunately, I was given another chance back out here on the streets, and I want to use pretty much my self-education in the law to pursue law out here. I want to make these issues, and I want to make these, pretty much crimes against minorities, black and brown, white, poor, middle class, they are victims of the system when they go inside the system, because they are automatically assumed that they are guilty and not innocent until proven guilty, but it's more so guilty until proven innocent. innocent. So they're pretty much lost in the system, not lost, but pretty much they're put into a system, which is a vicious cycle. And it's really hard to pretty much remain out of the system or to get out of the system because the system's built that way. So that's pretty much a little bit on my background. So I have a lot of background, whether it's, you know, within the penal system, trying to make my way out of it. I was facing a life sentence, and, you know, I was fortunate enough, you know, not to meet that fate and getting that 6 years. And, you know, while I was in there, I pretty much accepted I was going to get a life sentence. So just being here where I am today is just kind of surreal. And, you know, while I was in there, I'd be like, well, if I had a second chance of life, I would do this. If I had a second chance of life, I would do this way and that way. You know, I'd go to college here, or I'd want to do this. I'd want to do this as far as getting a degree and then maybe going to a master's or go to law school. And, you know, I was kind of giving myself just, you know, pretty much fantasizing on plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G until I got out. And you know what, being proactive in my case, studying and self-educating myself in the law, working hand in hand with my attorney, I was able to secure a 6-year deal, and I was able to secure that second chance for me to get out. And you know what, and it's not just doing positive for me since I'm out, doing positive for other people, especially the formerly incarcerated, especially at-risk youth. Make sure that they're on the right track, make sure that they can learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and really just get gamed up and really just, you know, me pass down my wisdom and knowledge for them, just so they can have a better opportunity for themselves and make the right choices on pretty much an advancing positive path instead of a path or dabble in a direction to where, you know, it could lead them to be incarcerated, it could lead them to get a life sentence, or it may lead them to be, you know, unfortunately taken off the street at an early age, losing their life. So that's why I'm here, that's why I'm out, not incarcerated no more, and that's why I'm on an advanced track, I'm on an advanced path with an amazing set of people. I have an amazing family that I'm blessed with. And to think that if I was to get a life sentence, I wouldn't have Dose, I wouldn't have my family, I wouldn't be working with these people, I wouldn't be working to create equal justice and positive change for this society.
But those who have been to Tracy, who went to reception there, there's actual train that goes by it. And so when you're out in the yard, which, you know, for reception, I would see the train go by, and I would immediately take my mind right to Johnny Cash.
Oh, talk about the train. Yeah. Hey, but you know what, Andrew? That it's important that you say he was able to bring his voice from the inside to the outside to the public and express what he saw on the inside. Because for so long, they tried to keep all that stuff a secret. News wasn't allowed to come in. They were doing all this stuff in private, and a lot of that stuff was unethical. We talked about, you know, ethics and some of the practices that they were not supposed to be doing, they were doing. So the fact that he was able to voice it and became that vehicle and that voice to do that, that's crazy.
Especially in the 70s, in the era where all that stuff, like there's that tough on crime. I mean, tough on crime started in the 70s. That to actually be that voice in a time where that voice was not popular. I think that really speaks about his level of activism. You're right.
Beloved country singer. And so when he goes in the prisons, he was carrying some of his popularity there and saying, no, they're still human beings at the end of the day. I'm going to perform for them. One other artist whose work is less known was Richard Pryor. Who knows Richard Pryor? Okay, I was looking at the young people. Man, you guys missing out. But Richard Pryor, he's a comedian. If you like Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, George Lopez, they learned from Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor used to perform in the prisons. And he was performing in, I believe, Alabama. And they had him walk out, and he saw on one side white inmates, and he saw on another side black inmates. And he goes to the correctional officer, and he goes, "Oh, I don't perform in front of segregated crowds." And they said, "Oh, well, this ain't right. This ain't Broadway. This is prison. This is just how it goes." And he goes, "I don't perform in front of segregated crowds." And they said, "Well, go out there and tell them that you can't give your performance to them because they've been waiting for you and they're happy to see you." So Richard Pryor walks out to this group of people who are locked up. On this side, all white man. On this side, all black men. He says, "Hey, I want to let you guys know, I've been living out in the city to city, and I've always, as an artist, refused to perform in front of segregated crowds. So while I very much want to share my comedy with you, I got to stick to my principles." And as he's walking off the stage, all the inmates start switching seats. He turns around and he looks and he goes, "Okay, now I can perform." And he starts breaking it down, right? Some of you guys got the School's Not Prison shirts. One of the requests of Ty Dollar Signs was, "I'll perform." Some of you guys saw him in Sacramento. He said, "But get me into Tehachapi because I want to see my brother," right? You guys seen Common and J. Cole. So there's always this connection between pop culture, artists, celebrity, and activists and organizers. And some of you that will go on to build relationships might happen to be artists or build relationships with artists, and you'll know how to use that strategically. It would be unimaginable, I think, 20 years from now, even in a place like Sacramento, one of the most diverse cities, to have what is essentially a mural that's an activist mural about prison reform, right? It would also be unimaginable to have it on a multi-billion-dollar corporation, the Marriott Hotel. But that's how far we've come as progressive. That's how far we've come in the prison rights movement, right? So you can only imagine where we'll be 10, 20 years from now, right? So let this be a sign of how far we come, not just the image of, a pop culture celebrity.